pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Purcell. Here. Mustaine.
Here.
Mortimer.
Here.
Calvert.
Here.
Hugian.
Here.
Battles.
Here.
All right, moving on to agenda approval. A motion? Motion. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Citizen participation. Would I like to speak? Nobody? Okay, come on up, girl.
Good evening, Mayor and members of Council. My name is Sierra Kitchen, and I'm the elected president of Crawford County Youth Football, and I'm here tonight with several other members of the board. Our board formed with one clear goal: to put the kids of Crawford, of this community first. Every decision we make is guided by what's best for them, both on and off the field. Since we first spoke, we have drafted several new policies and forms, including player, coach, parent, volunteer, and board member code of conduct, minor photo ID retention policy and consent form, liability waivers, safety and risk management policy, and more. If anyone wishes to review those, I'm more than happy to share. We understand that reviewing contracts and proposals takes time, and we truly respect that process. However, we would like to kindly request an update at your earliest convenience regarding which football program the city plans to move forward with. Having that information will help us take the right next steps and stay organized as we move into the new season. If the council chooses to move forward with Crawford County Youth Football, we'll need time to complete our 501c3 application, wait for approval, and begin fundraising to purchase new gear and equipment. Our goal is to make sure that every child who wants to play has that opportunity, safely, proudly, and without disruption. Spring flag season will be here soon, and we're working hard to make sure these kids can take the field without feeling the effects of the transitions happening behind the scenes. At the end of the day, this is about the children in our community, the ones who show up eager to learn, to grow, and to be a part of something bigger than themselves. We want to give them a program that reflects the pride and heart of Crawford County. Thank you for your time and for allowing us the opportunity to continue building something positive for our youth.
Emily, where are we at on these contracts? Do you know when we're gonna?
We have a termination notice to go out tomorrow on the current Cuba Youth Football League contract, because that's never been formally terminated, and I would need city's approval, the council's approval, as to whom we would enter into any new contracts with, and that would need to be on as an agenda item on meeting.
Do we have anybody else? Or is this the only?
I don't know of anyone else, but
You have Cuba Youth Football still, the current league.
Is that a valid?
Cuba Youth Football League is not a valid nonprofit corporation. Cuba Youth Football appears to be a valid nonprofit.
What's the name of yours?
Cuba Youth Football.
Is that the valid or the non-valid?
I think that's the valid one, I believe.
So do we currently
Do you
have
have
a
a
contract with them?
No.
It would be valid.
The only contract in existence that I'm aware of is with Cuba Youth Football League, which has been administratively dissolved, which we are sending a formal termination notice to the registered agent of. I am not aware of, if the city has approved someone new to enter into a contract with, then we'll have to be directed to prepare that contract after board action.
Okay, so we'll let y'all know, like I say, when you just gotta tell us how to proceed there, you know, other than this. But next meeting, maybe?
You can put that on the next meeting.
Yeah, we ain't got it on here.
Right.
Next meeting too, yeah, okay?
So to be fair then, if there's more than one organization that's trying to get a contract, they need to have those to us, right?
Yes, if we were gonna decide by next meeting, they would, yes.
Yeah.
Our supplemental.
Your stuff's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have to get this going as fast as possible because the 501c takes 90 days.
Well, we definitely can't do it before the next board, so. that is-
Understood. Yeah, I understand. But for us to get fundraising and money to get going, we have to have this done as soon as possible. Not putting a rush on you guys, but the rush is on us once it does come to conclusion, so.
And we have 2 football leagues here, so we're gonna have to decide that too next.
Well, that's only if we get another contract to us.
So,
We don't
so-
have the one.
So can I clarify real quick with Emily, like with what we've all talked about? The contract that we currently have is neither one of these because of a name change and some stuff. So I mean, they still have the chance, and I do have to clarify, we have to review all of our contracts because we have more than just you guys with the same thing, whether it be a name change or something. So
Understood.
So it may take a while.
yeah, I mean, we have some reviewing to do. So I don't want you to think we're just terminating everything. I mean, our contract right now is in nobody's name that is operating.
Understood.
Right now,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why we're here.
So it may not be next meeting, maybe meeting after that, so okay.
But what I'm saying is the other organization that you have, we don't have a contract with you, right? We don't have a formal contract, so you'll need to get us one if you want to be considered.
Okay, it's at the attorney's office now, so you just need it booked by when?
Right away.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
It don't happen, as soon as they get it, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay,
As soon as you get, I'll get it, it's better,
okay,
okay?
perfect. Just drop it off at City Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Can do.
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else?
I need to talk. So, my name is Amy Hendricks, and I am with Cuba Youth Soccer. I'm under the understanding that none of our contracts are current.
because they're not.
So just anybody can come in and take over our program?
I didn't say that. I'm just.
But that's what I'm asking, I mean,
So
by the looks
with
of
the
that.
football league being brought to light, whenever we got the contract out and sent it on, whenever we got everybody's out, they've all at some point changed names, changed
Right.
nonprofits, changed everything. So that is our goal by January. We have to have everything renewed, updated,
So
and
somebody else could come in right now and say, we want to form another soccer program or a baseball program or,
They
I
could,
mean,
Yes, it could.
yes, they could.
you know, anybody could.
That's why we're interested in issues.
So you need to just get your updated information and.
so I'm writing out my own contract, I've never even seen a contract. And we've ran the program for 15 years.
I can send you a copy of it. It's like when we spoke on the phone, I said, there is one. We do have one. And I think it's for
Yeah, this
whoever we're
year you
gonna
told me
be
that.
for you guys.
In the past, I've never seen one.
And that's when I talked to you, I said, we've got to renew every one of these contracts. And so we'll get with you, we'll get the current information and go from there.
We'll get to you.
I just think it's bizarre that this has been going on, like 15 years of a contract and we're just now hearing of a contract. Bizarre.
Anyone else?
No, I'm good.
I guess I'm next. Okay, since we're not on the agenda for Parks and Rec, so I'm gonna request an ongoing agenda that Parks and Rec is on the agenda. In case something is in the interim, we should be on it. We're the city's Parks and Rec board. We shouldn't have to call every 2 weeks, nor have we ever in the past had to do that call to make sure we're on the agenda. Secondly, Dan did get the meeting minutes late. He does acknowledge that. Our liaisons are there. So for some reason, if our secretary is late getting it, we only voted on like 3 or 4 things. Would it be improper procedure that our liaisons, if it's not adhered yet, to let Lainey know what are on the voting minutes for the agenda until you guys get your meeting minutes? I mean, because if not, we're going out another 2 weeks. For what?
I realize that, but everything.
Because it was
needs to be-
talked about, but not to talk to us about. So if it's being talked about months to take off and to do what and not, why am I not, as a park board president, not being notified of this?
All I know, we didn't get nothing from you, and, that you wanted to be on the meeting, and that many people let us know.
Right, but we have liaisons there too.
Well-
Did the liaison submit anything to you?
I heard nothing.
We don't present anything unless you tell us to present it, because you talk about a lot of stuff.
Anything that is being voted on should be
since I read ordinance, and Attorney will have to correct me if I'm wrong, anything that's being voted on, our liaison shall be bringing it to the board to be a topic of discussion for agenda. You know, it's voted on, they're there, Mayor, you were there, so, you know.
I was there.
So, you know,
But I didn't know-
there's only like 3 or 4 things that are voted on, those are only really the things that need to be brought. And that's why for the secondary stuff, if we're always on the agenda, Dana and I are always here, one of us could just staff it, it might not be anything that needs to be voted on, just to maybe let you guys know information for the next meeting. So it's twofold, I'm requesting that we're always placed on the agenda for Parks and Rec Board, because we're the city's Parks and Rec Board, it's not.
No, when we do that, we're gonna have to know what you're gonna discuss, so
Sure.
we have to put it
Right, and
on.
if it's not on there, I understand, but like, it might be just something we need to update you guys on. And this is the last part of it,
You had your time, citizen participation is 2 minutes,
okay,
and 1 second.
okay. And did we get the answers from last time?
What is?
When he said he had to talk to you about when the closed session meeting minutes were gonna be heard, closed session,
I don't,
the mayor did. I'm assuming he didn't talk to you
I
about
don't
it.
know what,
Okay.
we're talking about a closed meeting.
We had a closed session meeting in July of 2025, and those closed session meetings minutes should still have not been heard by council. There's some imperative information that probably needs to be heard by you and the council.
From Parks and Rec.
Yes, ma'am.
closed meeting.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't know.
Okay, so I just wanna bring that to your attention directly, that way you're aware.
July meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, cause there was some information there that, cause it was submitted, the meeting minutes were submitted in July. But I definitely think that you should definitely look at them yourself, that way you have record of that, so. Alright, thank you. I appreciate it, thank you.
Do you have a question, sorry? Okay.
Can you give me names?
My name's Amy Jones.
Okay.
In regards to the new contracts that we need to draft, are there any requirement changes? I know that there are certain provisions in there about minimum requirements for insurance. Should the new contracts be based on the old requirements, or what are the new requirements by the city? Because I believe that was set by the city.
What do you think?
The park use agreement that has been in place is drafted by our office. So I don't know that there's any need for any
I mean, the one that we have.
organization to
2007.
submit it. We may be updating some of those amounts on the insurance because that's been
2007.
probably 18 years ago since those were first drafted. But I don't see a need for anyone to draft their own park use agreement.
So no park use agreement, just the contract?
I think the city just needs to know what entities are seeking a park use agreement.
Okay, so it doesn't need to have all the parameters set in there, just like a basic agreement for park use?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anyone else? Yeah, now we're moving on. All right, regular minutes of October 7th, 25. Have motion to approve.
Motion.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Again? Executive session minutes of October 7th, 2025. Have motion? Motion. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Again? Bills to be paid. Have motion, Pam? Motion. Second? Any questions on bills? All in favor? Aye. Again? Budget revision as of 9/30/25. All yours, Jennifer.
Thank you. So we are going to adjust the revenues to account for an increase in general fund interest revenue, a decrease in general fund transfers from various sources. We're going to increase in merchandise revenue. We're going to increase in miscellaneous police revenue due to the insurance on the police car. We're going to increase in toll user fees, with an increase in tourism tax revenue, and some various small revenues. As far as our expenditures, we have a slight increase increase in overtime pay in administrative, police, water, and treatment plant. There is a slight increase in the K-9 expense, animal control contract labor expense, increase, pool equipment increase, parks, repair and maintenance increase, parks, supply and materials increase. We're going to reallocate some funding from Tangle Creek sidewalks and parking lots to Tangle Creek pickleball courts, bringing the total allotment funding to $85,000. Currently, we have allocated $35,000 from park tax. With the revision, we will have $50,000 from cap tax and an original $35,000 for park tax. This is no change in funding as we are reallocating to a different project. Repairs and maintenance increase at the airport and various small expenditures. Please note, this is our first revision of this fiscal year. I'm pleased to report that to the city council that we are revising the budget in a positive direction by revising budget revenues over expenditures. While I am overly cautious to announce this, I'm pleased that all departments have shown great strides in working with their budget to control the costs without cutting the quality of services to their customers. In the past, I've always stressed overspending in committee funds. I am not stating that there are not departments that could not work a little harder to control their spending. However, I want to look at the positives that we have today. Those positives are increased revenues and lower increases in expenditures. This combination creates an increase in our net income. To continue to achieve a balanced budget, we must look at inter-fund transfers to cover the cost of spending. Amendments should only be made if there is something that we cannot wait until the next fiscal year. For the past few years, I've been with the city of Cuba, I've stressed to the council that we should not be in a practice of utilizing our reserve balances. This practice is not sustainable for our future. I'm happy to report that only 2 funds are utilizing reserve funding currently, and we're working on eliminating that practice from being used in these departments. I would like to report that many departments are currently doing much better at this practice. However, this is something that will not happen overnight and will take time to complete. Finally, I want to thank our department heads and employees for the effortless work over this past quarter. Keep up the continued hard work. In closing, a budget is a little like Apollo 13's mission to safely get the spacecraft home and everyone home alive. In this one scene, a conversation between Ecom and astronaut Ken Mattingly, where Ecom told Mattingly, "Ken, you're telling me what you need, and I am telling you what we have to work with." This quote from Apollo 13 sums up what a budget process is like. It's all about what we need and what we have to work with at the time of the incident. I ask each committee, department, and employee to please keep this in mind when working within your department. Thanks again for a good start to the year. So basically, our beginning budget, we estimated that we would have $149,500 left over. With this budget revision, we added $140,390 to the revision, increasing our revised budget to $289,890 for our ending budget year. So that increased our net income by that much. I couldn't ask for a better start to a quarter. Transfers went down by $189,760, bringing those to $2,875,540.
So we keep doing everything right.
This quarter alone, yes. Next quarter could be different. We just have to stay on the same path that we're following today.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Can we ask a question?
Yes.
What's causing the increase in the overtime pay for those departments? Is there a breakdown that kind of tells us what's causing it?
None of the numbers that I'm receiving, I would have to go back through payroll checks, time cards and look and see. So the data that I get, I cannot tell.
Can those supervisors provide that, or do you have to provide it?
I do not have the information. I would have to pull time cards to see the data, but we do have the data.
I would like to see it. Sound like you.
Like each employee gets overtime, we run our.
A lot of
of it's on their, like reading levels and stuff like that. Every weekend, somebody comes in and does reading levels, Saturday and Sunday.
The reason that I would like to see it is because it affects manpower.
Right.
There's gonna be people that are asking for additional manpower or whatever, so if we don't track the purpose for the overtime, then it's kind of hard when somebody comes and says, hey, we need more staffing for this, to justify that if all we get is there's an increase in the budget. That's my opinion.
I can tell you, there's not an employee over there that wants to give up a weekend for overtime.
That's not what we're saying. Doug has asked before to replace a policeman, correct? And we lost. Other people are saying that with the new workload that they're gonna have for the streets or the thing, whatever. So we just need to, well, there's at least two of us that would like to see the data as to what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't really agree with just on everything, but I would like to see where the money's going to and why.
They were only slight increases, but they were justifiable enough to document that we had an increase in overtime, just slightly. Just enough, I think, to hopefully get us through the end of the fiscal year. We may have to adjust a little bit. You know, a lot of time in administrative, we spend a lot of time in here with you guys, in meetings. You see us in here, that's where a lot of ours come from. We have to spend a little bit of time. So that's our overtime for administrative.
Well, I wanna tell you, I haven't heard that good news in years, that we're finally, you know, that's great. Y'all keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We're finally operating in the black, right? A little bit.
A little bit. There were some still expenditures that need to be worked on, but yes, a little bit.
Okay.
It was a good revision, so I just need approval for
Do
these.
we need a motion on any of that?
Yes.
Okay, then we have a motion.
Motion.
Okay, all in favor? Against? Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jim.
Anything else?
I'm just up here for questions on the Shine family, the next item on the agenda.
The what?
On the next item on the agenda.
McBride, we're gonna table that one.
The next one.
After that one.
All right, at that time. Okay, Jennifer, tell us.
So we received a, donation from the, $150,000 donation from the Shimack family donation for the pickleball, court complex. That's basically what I have to report on that. He is donating $150,000 to the completion of the pickleball court complex.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a motion here. Okay. Motion to have the first reading of.
No.
No, accept it first.
We have to accept the donation.
You have to accept this first.
Okay.
And then later,
Okay.
I make a
So,
motion.
do we have a motion to accept this $150,000?
Can I ask a question? There's a blank part, dash in here, it's gotta have a date on it for us to vote on this.
I don't know what that day is.
I don't know when the date will be to start the complex. We don't have that date. We'll commence no later than, we don't have the start of it.
No later than June 30th.
Cameron did not have that start date.
Can we vote on it without, and since it's in the thing?
Well, I think we need to figure out a date to put in there,
To make it legal.
but I didn't have that information, so I couldn't fill it in.
Then we vote on accepting the $150,000 and put the date in later when we talk to Cameron.
Well, I think you need to get the date in before you sign it then.
Yeah, it's a contract.
No later than, so could we put like the end of the year to make sure we have plenty of time, or?
We can revise it later, right?
You can revise it.
So we just need to date it, to make it valid.
December 31st.
Yeah, you wanna put December 31st,
Yeah.
end of the year?
How about December 31st, you know?
I don't, that's the start date on the project, is that the blank?
I think that it shall commence no later than,
final design and solicitation for construction services.
yeah.
I would think that we need to actually say in 2026, because I don't think
It
it's.
just says final design and solicitation for for construction services shall commence no later than, so the final design, December 12th,
December
no
9th,
later than.
December, what do y'all want now?
December 31st, 2025. And then we can always revise it, right?
Yeah, because I don't think it means that they can't start earlier, correct?
Yeah. Okay, now we have a motion to
I
accept.
make a motion that we accept it.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Again? Is that Jennifer?
That's it for me for a little bit. Well, no, I can take the football ordinance, I'm sorry.
No, we're not done.
All right, we have Chamber Creek Park pickleball bids.
I believe those are in your packet, and, Cameron apologizes for not being able to be here tonight, but I'm basically just presenting the bid. We only received one bid when, we received the bids in, and that was for $190,473 for a 4-court pickleball court. He compared, made sure it met the bid specifications, and it did. So, with the donation and what we have in the budget, I believe that we are able to move forward with this project.
That's four court?
4 court.
Okay, do I have a motion? Approved.
Motion.
Second?
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Again? Natural Gas Department Supervisor positions. What y'all got?
We had several applications. After calling and talking with most of them, we ended up scheduling 3 interviews. We had one from within, which always has priority, and he has the most experience. After interviewing the 3 individuals all together, Ray and I have come to the determination as a committee that we would like to hire from within with Matt Big. Bring him to the supervisor position, the 6-month supervision, close supervision during that 6-month time frame, and then at that point, he'll be released if everything's good to go. But he will be released
You'll be reevaluated in 6 months.
after 6
And
months.
when are we gonna do this? Immediately, the supervisor?
It should take effect immediately.
And that means bringing the supervisor pay?
Yes,
Yes,
the supervisor.
where he was when he started, yeah, but no more.
No guarantees of any raises or anything
No
like that.
guarantees.
Strictly what it is.
And he's on probation until the first, new budget.
I got a motion on that?
Motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Do a roll call.
Herzl,
Yes.
Hossein,
Yes.
Morgenbauer,
Yes.
Halbert,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Bass.
Yes.
Okay, you will be supervisor. We got some, let's do the advisory bid. That's you again, Jennifer.
Okay. So I have, out of the 5 bids that I received, I have 3 that I would like to move forward with and negotiate a price, do price negotiations with. Northland, Raymond James, and the Piney. They all 3 were very good proposals, all pretty much the same proposals. And Piper Sadler and Stifel, I didn't feel presented a complete proposal. They did not present one item in the bid specifications. And Piper Sadler just did not present in their proposal that as much information as the others that they would provide to the city. So I would like to negotiate with those 3 as far as giving you, because some of these did not provide pricing, and I feel the proposal information in some of them are great, but they didn't give me pricing information instead, fee information. So I would like to negotiate with them and find out which one would be, obviously figure out which one would be the best.
Do I have a motion?
Which 3?
The first 3.
The first 3.
Okay. May I say something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have one that's local.
Raymond James
Is local.
is maybe a local company out of People's Bank, but the people that they're having come down are not local, they're out of Leawood, Kansas.
Okay. I make a motion with Sheila Kendall first 3. If,
Second.
on Okay, now can we talk? Time, we got a second. Only if this is needed.
I believe it is.
Because
I'm not
if we're
I'm
doing
not
this- if we're doing
that type
this-
of person. I don't have the big.
If we're doing this
background
for a
strategies.
price, it's gonna be made, built in segment, 4 or 5 units a year, or whatever they do. So we gotta make sure that the city, it's gonna cost a little bit of money to do this, and I agree with you, Jennifer, but we're gonna make sure that we need it first before we go to that big expense. Because if we can do it phases on our own, we'd be better off than borrowing money. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, this person will be the person to be able to tell you, strategy wise, what's the best options to do for the city.
That I agree with.
And, they're gonna look at, because the other option, the problem that we have is the treatment plant. At some point, when we get to that point, it will have to be upgraded, and it's going to be a huge expense. And we cannot, I'm gonna tell you right now, honestly, we cannot afford that on our own.
No.
So,
Hey,
What about the grant?
yeah, I better continue. It's up to you. All right, will you guys, that's what I want to know, all right, just that.
I do have a question on that. We don't have a final plat or anything from McBride, correct? So we have no idea if they're even gonna build one house.
it's in the final stages for the first phase. They're gonna do the final plats in phases.
Until we have that, should we be doing any of this?
Well,
We're just
just once the
looking
final
into
plat comes
information.
Just
in,
information.
they're going to be ready to start. You need to have this in line as to what we're gonna do for funding, because we have to be able to afford to move forward. So,
You need to have the information first.
And we don't have any idea how much money this would be. That's all she's gonna find out at first.
this is the first step. We need to be prepared before they say we're ready to start building.
Yeah, because that's gonna take time,
Mhm.
right? I always just,
Yes.
I mean,
Why are we not going local again?
Well, Raymond James may be a company that works out of People's Bank, but the people that are coming that put in the advertisement are from Leawood, Kansas. So they're not necessarily 100% local.
We're not saying we're not going local, she just wants to get bids on her.
I want to negotiate fees with them before we just say that they are ultimately they're all three equally the same.
All right.
We don't know the fees, so I want to get everyone's fees and then come back to you with,
cheapest and the best.
yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes? Moving on. Treatment plant, UV light. Excellent, whatever that word is. Okay, Dave,
Hi.
what we got problems with out there?
Well, the UV system's still giving us issues. It's 13 years old and we're just basically throwing money at it to try to figure out what's wrong with it. I've exhausted my knowledge of it, and the guys out of St. Louis, the company I use for the maintenance and stuff on it, they've exhausted their knowledge of it. They work on treatment plants all over the state. So at this point, I think we're money ahead to contact the manufacturer and get them down here. They can come down Thursday. So for them to even come down and look at it, not including parts or labor or anything, is $5,149. The committee has approved this, but they can only go up to 5,000. So I'm here to ask the full council, can we get these guys down here and look at this, try to fix this system?
Jennifer, do we have the money? Jennifer?
I believe it's fine. I looked the last time, but I'll check again on it.
Well, we're gonna have to do it.
We have to.
Yeah, I don't think it's an issue.
Okay.
How old are the UV lights?
I believe I just looked over last year, but I believe the UV system was put in about 13 years ago, the last time we expanded the treatment
Yeah, no,
plant.
it's not an issue, budget-wise.
Okay.
This is one thing, whether we like it or not, we
Yeah, it is.
We cannot shut our treatment plant down, because where is the waste gonna go?
You're gonna have DNR.
That's exactly right, you
Yeah.
After
You made the motion.
using your expertise and the people that have been working on it, these lights are 13 years old. What have they said? Before we bring the manufacturer down to tell us for $5,100, you need new lights.
Well, it's not as easy as like just saying we need to put new bulbs in. Like I came to you guys earlier this
That
year,
option's not working.
8,000 for new bulbs. Yeah, it's not the bulbs, that's not the issue. We've replaced circuit boards, swapped them all around and everything. There's 96 lights, and
each light has its own circuit board to control it. And we've replaced them, swapped them around. You can take one out and put a different one in and it'll start working. You can take that one that you just pulled out that wasn't working, slam in another one, and it starts working. So we're just kind of throwing money at it, and just, it's kind of like one car. You don't know what's wrong with it, you're just putting money into it. I think the manufacturer can come down and go through and help you figure it out.
All right, we have motions. All in favor? Against? Okay.
And also on the overtime, you want the overtime update, I'm one of those departments that has the increased overtime. The previous plant operator, I took over in July of '24. The previous plant operator was a contractor, so you just paid X amount of dollars, didn't matter how many hours you worked. I'm an hourly employee, so when I come in on weekend, whether it's 1 day or 2 days, I should play eyeballs on it every day, but I do it one day, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. I come in and pass the overtime expense.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, on airport, Elizabeth Airport hangar lease agreement approval. With the recommendation of the airport.
What we did is we got, with the airport, we got new hangars that, under a grant program, that are eventually going to come. But we looked at our current leases that we have with the people that are leasing our airport. We found that a lot of them do not have airworthy aircraft, which means that we can't make any money off of those people because they're not flying the aircraft. And our primary source of income there is not only the hangar lease or rent, but also the use of the fuel for the airport. So what we did is we got with Travis at the airport and sat down with him and some of his people, Ray and I, and also had the lawyer over, and we're realigning the lease to reflect the fact that we feel like we need to have airworthy aircraft because we have people that would actually rent the spaces now. We have like a waiting list for it. And so right now we have aircraft in there that haven't flown in years and years and years. Well, we want to be an active airstrip. That means that people fly in, they use our local area, they buy their fuel to fly back out or whatever. So we're rewriting the lease, and we have a copy of this if anybody would like it once it's approved. But it's going to address some of those issues. We also have an increase in rent that's going to take off this year. So all of that is to enhance our airport for the reason that we're building new aircraft hangars hopefully through this grant. So that's what this is about.
We decided that we raised the airport base operator, salary. That was fine. It needs to pay for as much as they can. We don't need the airport hangar to be used as self-storage.
Yards.
And that's what they're being used for, to park their extra car, or to have it full of their household from the first house. So it needs to go back to what it was designed for, is for the airplanes. How many members out there are being used for that? We don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure because we don't have access to all of them, but we did. I asked for a tour, Ray and I asked for a tour, so we went in and he showed us some of the hangars, and I was kind of shocked that there wasn't aircraft. Some of the hangars.
It's kind of private property, Jeff, until because their rent's paid out, of course. But it's interesting.
So, do we want to wait till the next meeting to approve?
No,
Do you want to do it
We
now?
do it today.
Did I have a motion?
motion. Sorry. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I second Mr. Pitts' motion.
All in favor? Aye. Against? Interest gate at Hood Park.
Table. We're gonna table this one until further notice. It may go on to next year's agenda.
Space chief report.
Okay, I just want to have one thing, that's for road closure, for the Christmas parade on December 5th. We request the road be closed for, on Washington from, Mohick to Smith to Redline.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah.
All right, have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Yeah?
Alright, and to let you know, they're also gonna be doing the Christmas fair event. No need road closures for that, that'll be December 13th. You didn't know. Yeah.
Friday night.
And anything else? That's all I got.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
All right, we take number 11, right? All right, yeah. Okay, moving on to bill number 2197. You're not going to read that. I have a motion for first reading.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, that's your turn to read that, I guess. You got it.
I'm actually reading it myself. I know. An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of the city of Cuba, Missouri, to enter into an agreement for a donation from the Shymack Family Foundation to establish a new pickleball complex.
Motion to approve the first reading.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call, vote.
Best. Hugo. Halbert.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Mustank.
Yes.
Hertzler.
Yes.
Moving down to second reading of bill number 2197.
Best.
You second.
All in favor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of the city of Cuba, Missouri, to enter into an agreement for a donation from the Shymack Family Foundation to establish a new pickleball complex.
Motion to approve the second reading.
Motion.
Second? Roll call.
Hertzler.
Yes.
Mustank.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Halbert.
Yes.
Hugo. Best.
This is declared special ordinance 951 on October 21st, 2025.
Special.
All right, old and unfinished business. Joey?
No.
Ted? Ray? Yes.
I want to thank you guys for tearing down the house on Old 66. It's absolutely a great job.
The guys did a great job on that.
You did a great job on that house. You go over and look at it now. It's super. I want to thank you. That's all I say.
Harold? Rick? Jeff? Lane? I have one thing. When we keep planning moving our town forward, this is just an idea, hope somebody picks up, it's planning and zoning. I'd like to see an area designated for small housing. People don't want to go to nursing homes, they don't, want to live in an apartment, they just like to live in their own house, like a small one-bedroom house. And if anybody out there is interested in bringing a flat map, I'd sure be interested in seeing it. 'Cause I know I wouldn't want to go to a nursing home, live in my own house. People get married, they're single, they don't need a 2-3 bedroom house. Other than that, I have nothing. All right. I motion to go into executive session. Second?
Second.
Roll call on that? Roll call.